Oh, well, look at you. Don't you look fantastic today, right? Good morning. Your old friend Seb, right? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Foundation 1440, Monday, motivation. It's go time, right? So if you're like me, right, we just got off spring break. And I have to tell you, we went racing, right? My son and my daughter and I met the wife, and we got in the jamboree, the jambo, right? Old school, just the Griswolds, right? She's full Clark. And we just motored down to Arizona with the rest of Durango, right? And a handful of y'all stayed around and got some like 8 inches of fresh powder up at the mountain, and the rest of us were basking in the sun, right? And here's what I learned during this week, you guys, right, about motivation is you just got to attack things like an 8-year-old boy, right? And if you've seen the saying, it's like, you know, take on today like an 8-year-old boy in a Batman suit, right? Just ready to go. And I watched my son, you guys, and listen, I want to brag on my kids, right? Because that's where the motivation comes from, right? Like, this is one of the joys is I get to be a white hair, and I'm maybe, and we don't do this well in Durango, right? Slowing down a little bit. I get to watch my kids come through the mix, right? Hashtag next gen. And in Durango, right, Lord knows what these kids could do. In fact, it doesn't matter where you're from or where you came up or how it looks, right? It's a choice. You get to choose to go for it, right? And my son's motivated when it comes to his bike. And we went down and we rode our dirt bike on a new track, and I just watched the kid ease into it, right? You know, he's smart like Dad. He doesn't go down a lot, but after a little bit, you just see him start to lean in and get into the attack mode, man. And he gets after it like a kid in a Batman suit. And of course, we got him. He looks like Skeletor, right? He's got more gear on. He's like, when he comes marching up to you, he can barely move, right? And that was all they're trained for. You know, spring nationals, you guys, a national competition. Thousands of people descend on Phoenix, Arizona. And I'm bummed. It was supposed to be in Albuquerque at Duke City BMX. Shout out to you guys. And they had to send it over back to Phoenix for a second national, right? And Gage, this little guy, qualified for his mains in his class for the first time ever, right? Progression. And the boy hasn't even really had a chance to train or practice, right? When you look down all 8 of these kids, California, 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 1 kid from Phoenix, 6 kids from California, right? And little Gage from the represent Colorado, right? And we dusted off his bicycle, and the kid got on it and just pedaled his heart out, right out over the front. And you just charged it, right? When you're on your bike and it's time to go, you just lean forward, right? And a coach he had down there, just an amazing rider from Durango, right? A top expert rider, won out almost his whole weekend, right? He told Gage a few tricks, and I just watched Gage. And you know, Dad tells Gage to do this. Right? Doesn't even hear it. But when a guy that just ripped at the level this guy rips comes in and says, here's how we're going to get our starts. You know, we're going to get out over the bike. Your head's going to go with your chest, right? Because guess what? Gage was more chest out, head up. And you're like, no, head down, right? And just arms up, elbows up, charging it, right? And I see him do it on his dirt bike, and I see him do it on his bicycle, and I want you to do it on Monday with me, right? Let's go get it, right? Because it's not going to just come to you. And whatever it is that got you here pre-COVID, right, ain't going to get you where you're going. It's a different ball game, guys. And so let's get it. Let's get up. Let's get out, get after it. Like, I got home from 10-day vacation, right? And I'm still having put it away. I'm going to do my last set. I got ab rollers, and I'm going to do my sit-ups, right? And I'm going to do some planks. And then I'm going to go and crush it for my clients, right? Because I'm going to get after it like an 8-year-old in a Batman suit. No excuses, guys. And you do that, and it's joy broker, right? You will bring the hate, bring the joy. Love you guys.